Hey, what's going on? Daniel here. Welcome back to another video. It's been a long time, not a long time, maybe just a while. I'm back in the United States, and when you're back in the US, you have to roll with times, how things are done here. Things are a lot faster than it is across the world, and that's not a bad thing. It just means that you need to tighten your gloves and pull your pants up and just go with it. So I'm here in Dallas, Texas. This is where I've been for the last couple of weeks, and this is where I'm going to be calling home for the foreseeable future. It's going to be my base. If I travel, it's going to be from here. I'm excited to bring you along, on the journey. In this video, I want to talk about something that I think a lot of digital nomads are excited to learn about, especially if you're just getting started on this journey of being a digital nomad and you want to learn about how to save money, how to travel more effectively, and that is digital nomad tools and apps that I use in my travels that saves me money, saves me time, saves me a lot of headache while I'm in other countries. And I want to share a lot of tools that I use across travel, accommodation, health, productivity, and finance. So if you're traveling, these are the things that you will be needing. But before I jump right into it, I want to talk about Safetywing. Now, Safetywing is the health insurance company for digital nomads and remote working entrepreneurs. And I want to talk specifically about the Nomad insurance product, which is an insurance program that you can buy as a digital nomad while you travel. It covers you while you're away from your country, from your home country, and even if you come back to your country, they have a 30-day window where you will be covered in your home country, but 15 days for the United States residents and citizens. And the good thing about Safetywing Nomad insurance is that it has the travel and medical insurance, meaning if you get into any unforeseen circumstance, God forbid, while you travel, you will be covered for any medical emergency and travel emergency that you may come across. So if you want to check out Safetywing, it will be the first link in the description down below. If you are looking to embark on any journey whatsoever, go check out Safetywing. It is absolutely necessary to get into a lot of countries, to obtain some visas and entry permits into a lot of countries. So go check them out, and you will be able to see their rates. They're very competitive, and also it's just like subscribing for Netflix. You can opt in, opt out at any point in time before your trip, while on your trip, and the flexibility is just one thing I enjoy so much. So let's dive right into the video itself. So when I travel, there's a lot of tools that I use, and I want to start with the tools that I use for travel. Of course, the first thing I want to talk about is your flight tickets. How do you get that? And a lot of people know about Google Flights. Google Flight is pretty much the most accessible flight booking app out there. It has a lot of flight information for most airlines. Of course, not every airline is listed on Google Flight, but for most airlines, you will be able to find competitive rates, and you can compare based on dates and round trips and multi-city trips. And that way you can find competitive rates, and that way you can save money and, put a lot of money in your pocket and just see far out into the future how much you will be paying if you book, flights at later dates versus flights that you would book on the flight. And also, Student Universe is one flight app that I've used a few times. The first time I used it, I saved about $400 on my trip, which is pretty mind-blowing to me because I didn't know they existed until I came across them by randomly searching on Google. Also, Skyscanner, I believe, is one that is really useful because they scan all of the flights out there across different regions across the world, and it's just like mind-blowing how Skyscanner works, because a lot of the flights that I book it through Skyscanner, or if I deals on Skyscanner and I go on airline websites to complete their purchase. So Skyscanner is going to show you every deal, comparing different websites, different booking agents, and it's just a really great way to save on flights. And the next one we'll talk about, this is mainly applicable to US residents, and that is Clear. Now, Clear is a program that allows you to skip TSA lines when you're at the airport. Imagine all those long lines that you come across at US airports. But if you have Clear, you can just skip the line and just go right to the front. So this will save you a lot of time, especially if you're running late for your flights, which I happen to do a lot, and a lot of people does that as well. So if you have Clear within the United States, you will be able to skip those TSA lines and jump right into the front. They have a subscription plan where you can pay month to month, or you can just use some of their coupon discount codes, and you can get 3 months free, and you can save on your subscription for the rest of the year. So you can check out all these links I'm talking about in the description down below. Now, the next one I'll talk about is Moveit. Moveit is like an app that has all of the bus schedules, all the public transportation schedules in every city. In most cities, I'm not going to say every city, but in every city that I've been to, it works. Even in Eastern Europe, in the Balkans. I mean, this app is super useful for me, because if you want to get around the city, you need to know where the bus stations are, what times they move, and this app called Moveit will tell you exactly where the bus stations are. It gives you the real-time map, real-time bus schedules, and how much you will pay for such. It's been really useful for me, and you can check it out as well if you're traveling to different cities. It shows you all the bus times, I mean Google Maps in real time, and where you should take those buses and how much you can pay for them. Now the next one I want to talk about under travel is called Ding. Now Ding is just like a top-up app that you can use to purchase airtime for your mobile phone. If you have a prepaid plan, in most countries they work, so you can buy airtime, you can subscribe to for internet, and you can just send friends and family airtime, and you can top up their mobile phone from anywhere in the world. I've used it several times and it works seamlessly every single time. Now the next one is called Onward Flight Ticket. Now the thing about obtaining visas for some countries is you are required to have a round-trip ticket, right? Especially for countries that, like Mexico, for example. These days, if you're not an American citizen, they will require that you have a return ticket back into your country. But if you have Onward Flight Ticket, you can just pay for a flight ticket, and they just assign you a flight ticket for a certain date, either 2 weeks out, 1 month out, so you don't have to purchase the ticket in its full price. So you can just pay $14 to obtain a flight ticket for any date of your choice. And I've used it a few times, and it saved me every single time that I used it. I remember one time I was in Benin Republic in Cotonou, and I was trying to get on a flight to Istanbul, and they couldn't let me get on the flight because I didn't have a round-trip flight ticket. And I just very gently excused myself, went into the bathroom, and I bought my $14 flight ticket. I presented it, they confirmed it right then and there, and I was allowed to get on the flight. I know that was not ideal, but it was nothing I could do at that point in time. Now let's talk about accommodation. These are the apps that I use as a digital nomad to fix accommodation when I travel abroad. Now the first one is Airbnb. This is a lifesaver for me. A lot of people use it. Airbnb has its own issues, but for me, I think I may have had one problem so far for the entire for 3 years now that I've been using Airbnb fully. I've only encountered any problem maybe once. So if you are traveling, of course, a lot of people can't use Airbnb because they've had one problem or the other, but I've been able to use it, and you can book accommodation virtually anywhere in the world. So check it out. They stopped offering incentives for sharing. So any link you see down there for most of these apps, these are not affiliate links. This is just links of apps that I use. Now let's talk about Booking.com. It's an alternative to Airbnb. A lot of people prefer using Booking.com rather than using Airbnb because they just find better deals on there, especially for hotels. And the next one would be Facebook Marketplace. If you have Facebook, use Marketplace. You can find deals, great deals on accommodation, especially if you're looking for long-term accommodation. And finally, under accommodation, it's going to be Hostel World. Hostel World, if you enjoy staying at hostels, I do not. I've only used Hostel World one time that I stayed in a hostel, and that was the one and only time. No, I lied. I think I've stayed in a hostel twice, and I used it both times. And it really works seamlessly. You can find good deals anywhere in the world, and you can find ratings and things of that sort. So, which is really good. Let's talk about health insurance. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. So, Safetywing, of course, is a health insurance program that I use if you are traveling as a digital nomad. Of course, there's a lot of other options out there, but I've just found Safetywing to be the best of them all from my experience and from the experience of thousands of people who have used them as well. So if you're traveling, if you plan to travel anytime soon, check out the first link in the description. I'm an affiliate for Safetywing and also a brand partner. So if you want to get an insurance, you can check out Safetywing. Link is going to be down there in the description. And also, let's talk about productivity. Productivity means things that allows you to work efficiently, to be more efficient in your work and everything that you do outside of travel. Of course, as a digital nomad, you still have to work. You still have to have your life in order. You have to make money. And in order to be efficient, these are the tools I use for productivity. And the first one is going to be Focusmate. Now, Focusmate I discovered about a year ago when I was struggling to just just get things done. And someone had mentioned to me, so what does FocusMate do exactly? Imagine you wanting to work in an office, and a lot of people, they enjoy working in person amongst a lot of people, right? Because it just gets them to be more productive. But if you're working remotely, you don't have that luxury. So FocusMate is just an app that allows you to set up an appointment with someone who will join you on the app, and you can work together. You can work in real time. You turn on your camera, you tell each other what you want to do, what you're working on, how long you want to work for, and you can both just keep each other company while you work. And after that session, you can both come back on a call and talk about what you did, what you were able to accomplish, and if you were able to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself. That's it. So it's just you being able to work with other people from across the world in real time. So it's just like a virtual office to work and collaborate with other people. And the next one is Hotspot VPN. VPNs are very important. If you're working from cafes, from coffee shops, you are prone to data breaches, especially if you work from a personal computer. You have all your private information. You don't want that to be public to anyone because you can be hacked in that sense. So Hotspot VPN is something I've used for years now, and I always recommend it. I used to be an affiliate, but I'm not anymore. So I'm just going to put a link down in the description. It's an affiliate link, so you can go check it out. So Hotspot VPN, if you want to protect your data, if you want to be able to watch Netflix from anywhere in the world, or Hulu, or get access to a lot of US services that are not available outside of the US, it allows you to do that. And the next one is sort of like a Spotify substitute, because I've had issues with Spotify in the past where Spotify just logs you out and you're not able to log into your account because you're not in the country where your account was registered in. So that app is called Musi. It's like M-U-S-I, just like music but without the C. So I would call it Musi. So Musi is an app that allows you to listen to music all for free. Of course, they will run ads in the background, but you don't have to click on ads. Just enjoy your music and enjoy the app for completely free. So if you cannot log into Spotify, just looking for cheap alternatives or free alternatives, Musi is that app that you can use. It's a good substitute for Spotify. Of course, the interface is not as brilliant, but it plays the music that you love. And finally, let's talk about finance. Finance, of course, you want to be able to receive money, spend money seamlessly, especially as you travel. You want a service that, accept, cross-border payments and processes payments without any issues whatsoever, very seamlessly. And the app that I use personally to do that is called Revolut. Revolut is the banking app that I use when I'm abroad, and I have never had one problem with Revolut at all since I've been using them. Over a year, almost 2 years at this point. So if you want a banking app that does everything, they have a debit card that you can use anywhere. It works. It's worked everywhere. I just can't speak of them, brilliantly enough. So Revolut is that banking app that I use. I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. You can go download Revolut and start using them. Of course, you're going to have to verify your identity and things of that sort. So you sort it out with them. But this is just apps that I use as a digital nomad as I've been traveling for the last couple of years. And the next one is PayPal Business. If you are a freelancer, you run your own business, you need a way to receive payments. PayPal Business is what I use. They have an app for that. PayPal also issues you a debit card that you can use. It works everywhere across the world. So these are the apps that I use as a digital nomad and as I travel across the world. If you found any one of them useful, well, you're welcome. And I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, consider subscribing to this channel. And if you are new here, welcome back. Please subscribe. I beg of you. I'm trying to bring you the best content on this channel for digital nomads and remote working entrepreneurs. And if you haven't listened to the podcast yet, this is the best time to do that. I speak with other digital nomads and how they build businesses on the road and how you as a listener can do the same as well. So go check out the link in the description, listen to the podcast, and leave a review if you can. And I really appreciate it. Again, my name is Daniel, and I will see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.